Welcome back for the extended Moon Mansions Horoscope for all signs. You will need to watch the transit video before coming here, so if you haven't done that already, go do that now. Otherwise the information here will not make full sense. Consider the transits as telling you a generic story, and this one like a footnote which gives you the right perspective for you. Okay, on the 29th of October, the full moon in Taurus stations in Azoraya, Lunar Mansion 3. This is the stars of the Pleiades, which translates into the many little ones because there's many of them in this constellation or mansion. From Christopher Warnock we start. The root of the word Pleiades means fullness. This mansion augurs abundance. It is a positive indication in questions of wealth, prosperity and career. It also may indicate full flowering in art, beauty and creativity. Yet the Pleiades also carry a warning. There can be too much of a good thing. Careful not to overindulge our appetites, be it literally in eating and drinking or metaphorically in our desire for good things in the material world. The Taurian position provides that theme of materialism and abundance. At 11 degrees, the full moon is almost conjunct the deep fixed star Al-Mach. Good fortune, or someone born native with conjunct Al-Mach anywhere in their chart, can have good fortune, success, subject to honours, unexpected gains, will have patience, be industrious, and this will be good for romance and domestic affairs. So the warning of overindulging is going to be balanced by Venus moving into Libra towards the end of the cycle. So don't worry, we won't be easily influenced to overindulge. Hopefully the stars are with us. For Ibn Arabi, this mansion is called Al-Batin, meaning the invisible, the inward nature of the universal nature, and the letter associated is Jim. First read the surah to get the good qualities of this star and say to Allah, you know what my heart desires, help me to avoid overindulging. Surah Al-Hadid, which is the iron chapter. For Aries, this is stationing in our second house of possessions. Aries, we are coming into abundance energy. The blessings of material wealth are here for us the most. We are receiving a whole host of things from the universe that makes us better off financially in our career or pay. The Taurus house is also Venusian in nature, offering better relationships. It might not be a spouse type of person, it could be family, could be a gift from some estranged family member with whom we repair connections, or we could be in a position of giving after receiving. This is because of the sun and the moon, giving and receiving. But clearly we are challenged to be generous to someone or some people or group. That's what the full moon will expose to others, and Al-Mach will test us for where we overindulge on our possessions. Being generous is okay, but not specifically on ourselves. To others, yes. Spend what you get on other people close to you. Be charitable to organisations, and watch for when you hoard onto possessions or money. If you don't offer a charity or gift, the full moon will force it out of you in a way that won't be so great. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 8th house, so you could be communicating a choice about inheritances, shared resources, taxes and investments. Taurus, this is stationing in your 1st house of the self. The moon and Jupiter will be exposing an area of yourself which isn't healthy. In some way, exercise and diet will be important. Quite simply, don't overindulge in food. Focus on personal development where you could be receiving a big lesson on leadership skills. thinking about building a future business, going self-employed, and how that could benefit you. Stay optimistic. Jupiter is associated with good fortune and positivity, so maintain an optimistic outlook. That's how you can attract abundance and opportunities in life. Practice gratitude and positive affirmations. Do some meditation. Go inward and take on the qualities of Al-Batin, this mansion. Self-reflect on how things can be better in your life, going inward. And find God if you feel irreligious. This is you improving yourself, and the universe is going to give you plenty of ideas to make that happen. Just be careful not to spread yourself too thin in all of them. And find what best suits and focus. You know which skill or talent is best for now, because it won't go away from your mind. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 7th house, so you could be communicating a choice between, and this is what this is all about. I'm telling you what choice everyone is going to have of all signs. For you, it's a choice about relationships, or just one relationship with your significant other or closest members. Gemini, the 12th house of the unconscious, of the past. 12th house is linked with isolation, spirituality and detachment from material possessions. That's important, that's key. Jupiter in this house can enhance the spiritual in you towards meditation, charity and social service. You will have a deep understanding of human nature, and you can offer strong insights into the psyche of others, put you in touch with foreigners. You could be sensitive to others with Al-Mach. This will enhance the general effects of Jupiter here, which are excessive spending on charity and social service, which may lead to financial instability, like a double whammy. You could be self-sabotaging, some escapism, possible addiction and self-indulgence. So you could be challenging, you could find it challenging to balance spirituality with the material responsibilities, which tends to lead to reduced logic, to a lack of direction and focus in life. You could be feeling isolated and lonely. The past has a lot to do with the 12th house, and so the trigger in the stars is because of the bandits Mars and Mercury in Scorpio, which is the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. The choice you must make is related to your 6th house of health in the material world. Use this to get out of your mental whims, balance your mind with the body. And this is where we find the body she's holding on to, and her cups, her emotions are airy-fairy in her dreams, in her mind. Balance that up and set new routines and master time management. Cancer, ruled by the moon, and also my rising with moon conjunct, so 11th house of friends. Jupiter in the 11th house for Cancer rising moves us towards social connections and community involvement. We will have a strong desire to work towards making the world a better place through collaboration with other groups. We don't have to have a broad network of friends, but somehow the full moon in Jupiter will bring that about. So Cancers have been in self-sacrifice mode for quite a long time, many years. This full moon is turning that around. What's coming up is charitable work, but Al-Mach is overindulgence in charity. The warning is be generous, but not to the point where you lose focus of your budget. In the Islamic tradition and law, there is a percentage of charity tax, which is the minimum requirement, 2.5%. And then there's whatever extra you wish to give. Start with the 2.5% and then see where you can afford to give more. Maybe give more of your time instead of just money. Time is money too. This is a really good placement to have, a good 2 weeks. Mercury in Scorpio is in our 5th house of pleasure. You will choose to communicate about a secret or taboo out to your connections and then be tested with the faith that it was the right thing to do. Leo, the 10th house of career. When Jupiter is located in the 10th house of a Leo riser, it can bring a lot of positive energy to your career and public image. You will have a strong desire for success and recognition at work. With Jupiter's expansive energy here, you will see growth and abundance, emails from job search agencies, random text messages as well, out of the blue, opportunities for promotions. The potential here is for an opening in a senior role, one to do with leadership, suits you perfectly, but how do you balance all that with your personal life? You can become so focused on achieving this success that you neglect relationships and other areas of your life. Al-Mach is going to make you overindulge at work, and you have that threat of burnout. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 4th house of family. You must choose to explain yourself to family, even if deciding to overindulge in your work. Virgo, stationing in your sign, so it is the 9th house of philosophy. For a Virgo riser, higher education, spirituality, foreign travel, and philosophy or opinions, as I like to call it. With Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, placing itself in this house, travel to foreign lands for educational purposes. Where are you going or planning to go? You might have luck and fortune abroad, and that makes you suddenly jump ship. But why? Or what about the risk? I'm asking why. What about the risk or the ground reality of moving? And about the information you learn through education that seems all daisy in the classroom but not in touch with real life, where there are lots of other moving parts to consider. You could be very critical and opinionated about being right here, that you lose sight of Al-Mach and Al-Batin. There are opportunities, they look golden, but just because someone has a white tooth, I was going to say someone has white teeth, doesn't mean their tongue is clean. Metaphorically, of course. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 3rd house of communication, and Mercury is the communicator in the house of communication, so you will speak, but try to bite your tongue at the right time. That's where you might overindulge, and that's where you got to make a choice. Libra, we're in the house of sex, 8th house of transformation. This is a complex placement that can bring challenges and blessings in lots of areas. Jupiter here can signify a deep interest in occult, esoteric and taboo subjects, as well as a desire to uncover hidden truths and mysteries. Strong desire for personal transformation and spiritual growth. However, this placement can also indicate issues around trust, around intimacy and around shared resources, as well as potential difficulties with inheritance or joint finances. Al-Mach can bring lots of fortune here, but only through working on developing a healthy relationship with people with whom you share resources and finances. Think about professional help, especially with legal issues. Also, exploring spiritual or esoteric practices can help channel Jupiter's energy into personal growth and transformation. It's important to approach any taboo or controversial subjects with an open mind and a healthy dose of skepticism, and to also always prioritize honesty and integrity in personal and professional relationships. For you, Mercury is in Scorpio, in your 2nd house of possessions. The cost of this professional help has to be discussed or negotiated, so be fearless and ask for what it's worth. For Scorpio, it's the 7th house. We're in the house of relationships, partnerships, mutual respect and trust, companionship. You're normally connecting with others and building harmonious relationships anyway, because Jupiter's influence brings positivity, growth and expansion in this area. However, Jupiter's influence on the 7th house can also lead to a tendency to idolize relationships and overlook potential issues or red flags. The new moon could be exposing red flags in people around you. Be mindful of maintaining a balance between optimism and realism in relationships, and avoid being too trusting or giving too much without receiving in return. That's a challenge of Al-Mach. Give trust and be sure to get it back. Overall, the moon with Jupiter in the 7th house can bring blessings and opportunities for growth and expansion in relationships, but it requires careful attention to maintain healthy and balanced partnerships. Mars, Mercury and the Sun are moving through Scorpio together in your 1st house of self on the 30th and on the 9th of November. There is disappointment in one relationship, but you have a choice to have another. Al-Mach could ask you to choose and base that choice on the trust you receive. Sagittarius, the house of health, the 6th house of health, work, daily routines, and with Jupiter here, Sagittarius risers may find fulfillment in jobs that involve helping others, such as healthcare or social work. Jupiter's expansive energy also brings a positive and optimistic outlook to the daily grind, making it easier to find joy and purpose in everyday tasks. However, Jupiter in the 6th house can also lead to overindulgence in food or lack of discipline in health habits. So again, Al-Mach is going to enhance this overindulgence just like it was for Taurus. It is important for Sagittarius ascendants to balance their desire to help others with taking care of their own physical well-being. Now question yourself, are you taking on too much responsibility in work, leading to burnout and exhaustion like the Leos? Do you have Taurus and Leo placements as well? Because then this energy is seriously strong for you. Al-Mach is giving you the high honour and responsibilities, but you have to delegate tasks and prioritise self-care to avoid becoming overwhelmed. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 12th house. If any placement speaks about prayer, this is it. Capricorn, the 5th house of pleasure. In astrology, Jupiter in the 5th house for Capricorn rising can show a strong desire for creative expression and enjoyment of life's pleasures. The 5th house is associated with self-expression, creativity, romance, children, and with Moon and Jupiter here, you could be enjoying a natural talent for music, for art, anything artistic, writing, acting, and enjoying tasks, and enjoying taking risks, engaging in playful and adventurous activities, even could be gambling. Al-Mach is warning for taking unnecessary risks, which are usually done to seek out attention and admiration from others, and that can lead to a lack of self-discipline. Is this because of memory lane? Memory lane is strong in the astrological charts. Is this because of memory lane energy? Losing trust in someone? We had that bridge looking down in the water with I think it was the 4 of Swords. It's one of the swords anyway. Losing trust in someone who may have betrayed us. Facing the question of who trusts me and who do I trust. So are you distracting yourself big time with addictions? Question yourself. Be honest with yourself. Spending money where you don't need to only because you can. Jupiter can enhance and the moon will expose all these opportunities on a table. Bring back that Capricornian discipline. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 11th house, So choose to spend time with your friends, but choose wisely which one of your friends you're going to spend time with. Aquarius, the 4th house of family. When Jupiter is here in the 4th house for Aquarius, you are focused on the abundance at home. But you can also become overly attached to family and home, so you have a fear of change and difficulty with letting go. There could be a tendency to cling to the past and resist change, which is strong in the stars for Mars and Mercury in Scorpio. Family is the 10 of Cups card on the 30th. The brightest card in the charts for the 2 weeks. You could be having to face Lilith, however, as well as Venus in your life, which can hinder personal growth and progress, because Lilith is a secret and Venus is our treasure, our romance, our good things, qualities in life. Al-Mach is placing you at home a bit too much. Al-Mach is essentially in the, say, mansion of Azariah, so it's going to be good for you to balance love life and whatever shitty secrets come out with the correct chosen ones in family and home. Not all family members are welcome. Change is necessary. Try not to resist it, especially if it is to do with people you trusted wrongly. Saturn is entering your sign, so you will learn lessons. Your relationships with family members transforms how they connect with your status and relationship. Some people just won't talk to each other, and that's okay. Mercury in Scorpio is in your 10th house, so you're communicating a work-life balance. Pisces, the 3rd house of communication. The moon is exposing Jupiter as the natural ruler of the 9th house of higher learning and philosophy and opinions. So its placement in the 3rd house of communication and siblings can enhance your interest in these areas. You could be involved with teaching and writing, and Jupiter's expansive energy helping you to articulate complex ideas in a way that is easy for others to understand. This is the energy of being too preachy as well, though. Are you being too preachy? Al-Mach, as well as Jupiter's flip side of expansion, can also bring some challenges, difficulty staying focused on practical matters by procrastinating. You could be overly optimistic, a struggle of power between siblings, maybe, indulging in getting your point across, and in Mercury in Scorpio is making you do this emotionally but with serious strength. Not easy during a full moon either. Nae luck there. Battling to be heard, try learning to listen to the perspectives of others. Because when people aren't listening, there's a lot of misunderstandings. You might be hearing or seeing, "I didn't say that," a lot. So be mindful if you can, as much as you can. Mercury is in the 9th house of higher learning and opinions, doubling Jupiter up. So you could be finding yourself saying something that you didn't intend to communicate, and it turns out for the best. That's the All Signs Moon Mansions read. I hope to see you on the next one.